Welcome you to the People's Church of Divine Prophecy Sunday service. I'd like you to silence your cell phones unless you're medical or law enforcement personnel.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Reverend Steve Adkins will be chairing the service today. I'd like to have Diana light the 3 candles to start the service, symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. No, you just pull it. That's not sound. Make it simple for the adults. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, Diane is the German contingent of the church. She walked in the back door one day and said, "I know everyone in here," and she called my name and Ronnie's name and Ashkhen's name. And she said that she watches our videos in Germany every Sunday. She visits Daytona Beach a couple of times a year and stops in and she does.
That's a tough lead-in for Bob. He knows he's going to be monitored overseas.
Yeah, he's only from Canada. He's still connected to the
Gotta get out of town once in a while.
I'd like to have you stand for the opening prayer and remain standing for the first time. Dear Father God, may we take time today to celebrate this inspiration, this love, and this hope that you give us every moment of every day. May we take time to specially consecrate that today, become personally aware of it, and express that to all others that come into our path today. May we feel that love, share that love, and be that love. Amen. The next portion is a thought for the day from the pastor. What a week.
Amen.
I guess a lot of what came to me this week is the individuality of people, yourself as well as the others that you encounter. You have to recognize your own individuality and honor that and be proud of it. Not compromise it, not dull it down, because that's who God intends you to be, is who you are. And only by recognizing that individuality of who you are can you truly progress forward. Because as long as you're hiding from it or not admitting you are who you are, whether it's good or bad or both, you tend to keep making excuses about things. And that goes for me. In my personal retrospection this week, I realized that not everybody likes me.
You are not alone.
But in all honesty, not everybody has to like you. That's the point. You would like to get along with people, but you can't sacrifice who you are to make people like you, because the real you is going to come out eventually. Just like with other people. The real them is going to come out at some point. So you need to kind of find out who they are when you meet them. And the easiest guideline for that is if something just doesn't seem right, it's probably not. A lot of people don't know what the lie is, but they know that it's a lie when they hear it, or a falseness when they hear it. So trust your own instinct and be true to who you are. By the same token, though, by recognizing that within you, you can recognize that within other people. And by honoring that within you, you can honor that and let other people be the individual they are. If you expect them to accept you as the individual you are, it's a two-way street. You have to accept them as they are, the whole package. I remember a good friend of mine passed away in his late 30s, I guess. And his mom said, I knew you were always his friend because you took him as a whole package. You didn't bit and pick and take the pieces out that you didn't like or take out the pieces that only you liked. You took them as a whole package. And that's what you have to do with people, is take them as a whole package, the pros and the cons, and realize what it is and how it works with you. You have to allow them to honor themselves and honor who they are, and be who they are, just like you need to be who you are. And there is a harmony in there. That's where God's creative force comes in, is that there is a purpose for every meeting you have with everyone. There is a purpose for you being there, even if it's just being who you are and giving that person something else to think about. Because the example of who you are will change people more so than what you say. You are what you do every time you do it. And we were at the Krispy Kreme last night after dinner, and my wife wanted to go get some hot donuts. We were over in Daytona. So we go up there and we come out, and there's this guy sitting on the outside window, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he's bumming money from everybody that walks by, and everybody's just acting like he's invisible when they walk by him. And I stopped and spoke to him for a couple of minutes, and I already walked around, let my wife in the truck, because the guy was pretty big, and if there was any difficulty, I didn't want my wife in the middle of it. So I took her, he was right next to where the truck was, so I put her in this old truck that I drive, that old red one. It's obvious it's not a new truck. And I went over and he said, can you give me some money? And I said, sure I can. And I took a $5 bill out and gave it to him. And I know he's expecting change or a dollar bill or something. I was really surprised. But, you know, and people say to you when they see you doing that kind of stuff, why are you doing that? He's just going to go buy wine with it, or he's going to go buy cigarettes with it. I am who I am. I tend to be generous to people, and I am charitable to people, and that's what that is. That's me being me. Not me judging other people, me deciding the best, whether it's good to give money or not. You give it because that's who you are. Not because you expect it back, not because you expect them to do something worthwhile with it. You, by the inspiration of who you are, chose to give money to that person in that moment, freely and openly. And that's how things should be when you enter into things with people. Not that you should give everybody you meet $5 or you'd be broken. At least I would. But there is something that you need to give in every encounter and every meeting that you have. Again, whether it's you being yourself or offering a kind word at a time when nobody else is listening. And I get that sometimes, you know, people come and talk to me and they say, nobody else is listening to me. And when you're in the position I am as a healer and a medium, people come to you because they don't see you every day. They're going to tell you things they won't tell anybody else. And you have to respond in a positive fashion. You have to respond in a kind fashion, regardless of how much you personally think it's a ridiculous or insignificant thing. It means something to them as an individual. So again, you have to see them as the individual they are. You have to see what the importance of what they're saying and doing is to them, not to you, and respond in kind. That's a lot of what I've been going through this week. And like I said, I realize not everybody likes me this week, so that's okay. Thank you for listening.
We love you, Steve.
Thanks for listening. The next portion of the service is the healing portion. During the service, you're going to hear a chime like this. That means that the healing chair will become vacant. Usually it's one in the back. So please move back there and you'll be guided around to the people that are doing healing today. It looks like it's going to be Judy and myself that are healing today. And then to do this part. We'll start the service by reciting the prayer for spiritual healing on the back of the hymnal. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God.
You sit. Feet straight on the ground, palms up in your laps. Just sit relaxed. Close your eyes. Take in a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. With your exhale, let go of the tension, if there is any, in your physical body. Let go of the thoughts that are occupying your mind at this time. With your exhale, just breathe it out and let it go. Just turn within. Turn within yourself. Find that peaceful presence that is within. It is quiet, calm, and soothing. Feel the peaceful sensations flowing throughout your body, your mind, your spirit, with each inhale and exhale. In the presence of God, mighty I am presence, I now call forth the divine healing energy to be here at this time and to provide each one of us with the healings that we need for our mind, body, and spirit. As we call upon the Lord forgiveness, we forgive all those who have hurt us. We forgive those who have caused us pain and suffering. We forgive and we detach with love. We let go emotions of fear, anger, resentment. We let go of whatever is holding us back from achieving our highest potentials. We let go of situations, circumstances, relationships that are interfering with our spiritual growth. We let them go to the light of God that never fails. We ask God, the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, to be in charge of our lives, our existence, our soul and spirit, while we are here in this physical plane, on earth and beyond. are breathing. Shift your awareness slowly higher to your head. And look up above your head. See an influx of brilliant golden healing energy coming down to the crown of your head. Circulating around your crown chakra, healing, clearing, balancing. Release and let go of all the thoughts that are limiting your spiritual growth. Feel this energy balancing your crown chakra as you become aware of the color violet, purple. Breathe in and breathe out. The energy coming down to your forehead. Circulating around your third eye in the center of your forehead. Clearing the blockages. Activating your pituitary glands. And opening your third eye to its full potential. Feel your third eye chakra as you become aware of the color turquoise indigo. Feel your chakra cleared and balanced. Follow the energy going down to your throat. Become aware of your throat chakra and the color royal blue. See this golden energy wrapping around your throat chakra, healing, clearing the blockages, enhancing your communication skills, enabling you to speak your divine truth. Feel your throat chakra being balanced. Feel the energy moving down to your shoulders, spreading throughout your chest, your back, circulating around your heart chakra in the center of your chest. As you become aware of the color emerald green, feel this healing energy, healing your heart chakra, opening and expanding. As you start feeling God's unconditional love and compassion in your heart. Feel your heart chakra balanced. Just follow this golden energy that is moving smoothly. Down to your solar plexus chakra, your stomach, circulating around your solar plexus as you become aware of the color yellow, brilliant yellow. Feel this energy, healing, balancing your solar plexus chakra. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the energy moving down to your lower abdomen. See the color peach, orange. See this golden energy around your spleen chakra, clearing and healing your emotional body. Release and let go of all the feelings of pain, hurt. See this energy healing and balancing your emotions. Focus a minute on your emotional body and release and let go of all the incidences from the past that are interfering with your growth at this time. Anything that you are holding on, whether it's relationship, a conflict, an incident that is interfering with your growth at this time. Whatever it is, acknowledge it now and just release it. For your own sake, just release. Release and let go. As you let go, feel the sensations of freedom, joy and happiness, feeling your emotions. Feel the energy moving down to your root chakra, clearing, balancing and healing your root chakra. Stabilizing, sustaining, anchoring you to the earth. Feel this golden energy coming down to your knees, to your feet, and see it going out through the bottom of your feet, extending deep into the ground. To the earth. Feel the sensations of upliftment as you look up again. Feel yourself surrounded with this beautiful, beautiful golden light. See these energies from this golden light vibrating and projecting. Take a look at your energy body, and the chakras are all aligned and are in balance and harmony. As they rotate, they penetrate the beautiful colors, filling your entire aura with these brilliant colors and the vibrations. See yourself as a tower of light with vibrant colors shining. The more light you project, the more light you attract. The more love you give, the more love you receive. Embrace your divine self. Embrace the light within. As you let go of the vision slowly, know that light is always around you, within you, above you, below you, beside you, in front of you, and behind you. You are the light of God that never fails. You are the love of God that never ends. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be the light that you are. Be the love that you are. With these thoughts, feel your breath slowly bringing you back, engaging you with your physical senses. Become aware of your feet, your hands. To the here and now. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you.
The next portion of the service is the inspirational lecture. We have Reverend Robert Johnstone returning from Canada. He's a medium, a healer, and he's been doing this work for about 40 years. He's created a lot of different seminars. His current one is Creative Awakenings. He's helped a lot of people. He's always ready to help people and be kind to them, except for me. We're really the best of friends and enjoy each other's company most of the time. He does a unique way of doing readings. He does these colors, and as he's speaking to you, either you do the colors or he does the colors, and it's very similar to the old spiritualist ribbon readings, where they give you a choice of colored ribbons and sizes of ribbons, and you put them on a tray and they interpret what you picked. It's also similar to how tarot card readings work, where the individual themselves turns the shuffles them and then lays the cards out. It's different methods of interpretation of the spirit and what's there for you. So Robert Johnstone is going to help us today and share some of his knowledge and hope with us. So please welcome Reverend Robert Johnstone.
This is one special man.
We know.
He is. You're very fortunate because he really tells the truth. And that's what I hope to do. I respect him for that.
He didn't want to have his mic on when he was saying that.
He didn't want to be recorded, he didn't want to be on record.
And I'm at the age now where I forget what I'm doing, so I hope they'll accept that. What are you doing now?
Well, somebody's got to turn this thing on when you want it turned on.
I'm not ready yet. Have a seat. No, Thank you. And thanks, Steve, for inviting me again and allowing me to participate. There is places where I can't go anymore, you know that. The meditation was lovely.
Yeah.
And all of you folks, it's so nice to be back here again from Canada in that cold weather. I actually was up there for 3 weeks, and when I arrived in Montreal, there was a snowstorm. The airport had just closed. His son-in-law was there to pick me up, but he wasn't there to pick me up because they wouldn't let him in the airport. They had all the roads blocked and everything. And, so we finally hooked up, but the snowstorm was awful getting there. The day after, everything worked out for me, and I had 3 weeks of bliss, except for the last 2 days when this cold spell came in and the snow came in. And Spirit is so wonderful to me because I had only 2 days to put up with it, where everybody else that I was talking to had the rest of the winter. So just feel blessed as I do, and I'm very blessed to be here this morning and to be able to share my simple knowledge and my experience. I spoke with Steve yesterday as we had our general Saturday morning old boys breakfast, and the grumpy old men were beginning to be called. Actually, I brought that up because I think we should all be aware of what's happening in the world and the world around us, and take heed and to pray for those situations. We have an opportunity to pray for those. I think at that time I mentioned how powerful the prayer was for the Berlin Wall coming down. I don't know if you remember that, but we had several world days of prayer, and that wall came down within a short length of time. And that's the power that it has. And I remember Steve talking about his healing class he used to have in Casadega, and the power that that had. But they used to put the healing list under the individual's seat, and that individual would pray for those people on that list. And they had phenomenal results. You have that ability to do that, one by one. Just feel the energy in the room when we're all together. And if you stand in this room alone, it's not the same feeling at all, is it? You know, and I might not like some of you, or some might not like me. Steve has already addressed that, but when we come together, we put those things aside, and we're able to do that. And that's what I got from Mr. Casey's material. I learned that, to sit in a group, and we come together as one, in unity. My main interest this morning was to talk to you about couple relationships and how strong they can be. Several weeks ago, just before I left for Montreal, I had a talk with a couple here who said they just got married, although they've been together, I think, for a couple of years. But they didn't recognize here that they were married or going to be married or had that kind of a relationship. And I think I presented a message that I felt they were in a very serious relationship. And actually, when I came back after the summer, I got the news that they had gotten wed. And I said, oh, how wonderful. Spirit's good to me. The Spirit told me that. And I said to this couple after they told me, I said, I'd like you to listen to a song that I heard, because I have to do a wedding in Boca, and I want this music to be played at the wedding. And it's actually the strength of a relationship. Not necessarily a couple, or not marriage, but just the relationship Steve and I have, or the relation I have with Bob back there, that we've established with anybody else in the room. We've got to see those things that we have if we want to become friends. We've got to see the strength we have and present that. Talk about it to people. Don't be afraid to share it. I've been so busy since I've been back, it's unbelievable. Not only doing washing and ironing and washing the dishes, but people knocking at my door. And I thought, I'm going to have to shut off the lights here. And yesterday, I did 2 readings, 2-hour readings. I looked outside and there was somebody sitting there waiting to come in to see me. And I looked out and I couldn't see who it was, but I knew it was a single woman. There was one woman. So finally I went out and I stood on my deck, and she got out of her car. That was a good friend of mine. So she said, can I see you for a few minutes? I said, certainly. Glad to see you. So she came in and she said, my friend and I want to get married. Will you marry us? So I said, certainly. But she said, I want you to know that you're the third person I've asked. I said, well, that's generally the way it works with me. I usually get all the cast-offs. What's the story? Well, she said, I wanted my Buddhist monk to marry me, us. But she said, she's up in New York, and she's now responsible for 2 ashrams. She's got 2 monasteries up there that she's looking after, and it's too much for her to come down here, and we're too busy to go up there. Then she said, I asked Dr. Thomas, and Dr. Thomas can't do anything right now, hardly get out of bed at this point. If it is up out of bed, it's to the chair, into the bathroom, and then back to the bed. But he's coming around. But so she said, I came to you. And I said, well, thank you. I'll do it. But these people have been together for 16 years. And I love both of them. Actually, I tried to break up their arrangement. Get one for me. But they know that too, that they're here that say the same thing. But I love them. And, so I'm looking at how people unite, how they come together, how they put up with one another. A lot of the things I see in their marriages or their friendship, I could never accept. And then I realized, Bobby, that's why you're still single. That's why you're still on the road. But I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm not crying about it. I wanted you to know that. I want you to feel that what I'm saying is there's some people out there that can be happy living with just God in their life. They don't have to have the goddess. And I found that. So in a moment, I'd like you to listen to this piece of music. And it's Daniel O'Donnell. I don't know if you know of him. He's an Irish tenor. He has a theater in, where's the country music town?
Nashville?
Hmm?
Nashville?
Nashville, Tennessee.
No, not Asheville, no.
Nashville.
Nashville.
Okay, well, wherever.
Branson, Missouri.
Where did you say?
Branson, Missouri.
Branson, yes. You know? Did you ever hear of Daniel O'Donnell?
Yes.
Oh, I cried. That's another story, because I told my daughter about this, and I said, Darla, every time I play it, and I continuously play it, I said, I cry. You know what she said? Very common sense. Why do you play it then? So if you'd like to just listen, and I'd like you to think about your relationship with your husband or your partner or your friend or your mother and daughter, whatever it might be. And Bob, you have that lovely lady on the other side who's still watching over you. Steve, would you like to start it up, please?
Now? Being sure.
I saw you yesterday, Steve, when Steve's wife pulled up as we were finishing coffee on the deck of the hotel. And Steve, as his usual walk, when she got out of her truck, Steve sort of went over like this. And all of a sudden, this arm went up. And I just thought that was so appropriate of you, because that arm went up to take comfort, and the other arm went out to protect was necessary. And that's so, it was so heartfelt. Special man. Now. So let's focus on that for a few moments.
We all set out to find true love, to meet someone special, like they're sent from above, to have and to hold together, growing old, to love for the rest of our lives. It's all part of God's plan, my love. You are my woman, and I am your man. It's all you would be my wife. I felt like I'd known you every day of my life. Your blue eyes saw right to my wandering soul and guided me all the way home. It was all part of God's plan, my love. You are my woman, and I am your man. It's all part of God's plan, my love. Joining our hearts till death do us part, living forever, God's plan. One more time on those strings, Mr. Stephen Miller. Thank you, Steve.
I need one.
Bob.
Well, folks, is that spiritual?
Oh, yeah.
That powerful? And no matter what religion or church or synagogue you go to, that's meaningful to each one of us. The couple that I spoke to about getting it and playing it reported back to me that they received it, and they felt that their marriage was everything that was in that song. And I just feel that if two people can make that commitment to one another and follow through, it's wonderful. It doesn't always happen, it takes time. Just as it's taken time for me to do what I do, my simple stuff with the papers and the colors, and to get up here and talk to you and share my life with you. I love each one of you, and I hope you remember this one. God bless.